Chat. Hey chat, what's going on? I've been hate watching Dean the Great for honestly a longer time than I want. A longer time than I would like to say. But you know, it's the way that I can find fun in anything. And yeah, so I've been doing that for the past hour. Don't ask me why. I don't know, bro. But their live stream is making me want to do like a 24-hour live stream. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. But how's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's well, chat. I missed you. Okay, but how you guys doing? It's already been a day for me. I've been trying so hard to not go back to sleep for the past like 3 hours. So as you can see, I didn't go to sleep, so that's lit. So we won that, you know? Sometimes you gotta tell yourself, hey man, we can do this. We can. And we can. How do you... And I'm gagged. It's the way that I still don't know how this thing works. Okay, whatever. We move forward. So like, what's the new news you guys have been seeing? I've been hearing a lot of stuff about Streamer U. I've been hearing a lot of stuff about the Lakers. They won yesterday. Congrats to people in the chat that care about that. Congrats to you guys. I know some of y'all are fans of the sports fans. I keep telling myself I'm gonna like get into that, but I never do. Let's really be honest. I never do. But yeah. 2 minutes? Ooh. Hey, that's my niche. Hey, with all that stuff. Hey. Okay. Don't ask me what I'm doing. Because I truthfully, chat, I don't know. I don't know. I'm losing my mind a little bit. Oh, okay, here we go. Jeez Louise. Okay. So, I've been trying to get into all of the updates on Streamer U. Hard shit. Not gonna lie. Hard shit. Because how am I supposed to... Because, you know, like last Streamer U, everything was centralized on Kaisenet's shit. But now I have to go to every individual streamer. Like, bro, how am I supposed to... Oh my gosh, this man doing Rapper University. Okay.
And rap. I was the first rapper
Oh my
to
god.
be a dean and a motherfucking professor. Come on now, I'm here to teach y'all this game, man. At Rapper University, we're not teaching y'all how to be famous. We teaching y'all how to build something that lasts. We teaching y'all how to turn y'all ideas into income. We teaching y'all how to turn y'all followers into a community. You know what I'm saying?
I
We
do.
teaching y'all how to turn your passion into a profession. Passion to profession. Rapper University.
Why does he have a
Man,
bell?
come to Rapper University, ain't none of that regular cafeteria shit. You having hibachi, Big Dave's, Waffle House, American Deli. You know what's going on. Rapper University. Build your brain. Okay, what I'm saying? I need y'all to build your brand. There's a lot of niggas out here. Excuse my language, class. There's a lot of rappers out here. They not building their brand. They song bigger than them. We don't even know who they is, what they look like, or what.
God.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna need y'all to build your brand. And then he say, build your brain. We offer tutoring here. You know what I'm saying? We can help you brush up on
Not
your mixtape
tutoring.
skills. You know what I'm saying? Get that up to an A plus. You feel what I'm saying? At Rapper University,
What does that
we teach
mean?
music. We teach confidence. We teach branding. We teach marketing. We teach hustle. And most importantly, we teach you how to bet on yourself. You ready to stop dreaming and start building? Then go apply right now. It's your boy Soulja Boy. I'm to see you on campus at Rapper University, where ambition graduates.
He honestly built this so fucking fast. How did he do this so fast, bro? This is actually looking kind of good. Now I'm excited.
I'm gonna let you know who the best by the hour. This like Rosie O'Donnell at a bisexual bridal shower. It ain't nothing to me, man. I keep it for real. Look at the dental, man, with dental the grill. See, I'm the best. I told you that. This dude like that, he ran in front of the cat. Now I messed up, but I'ma stay on top. They told me, man, but you know, I'm never gonna flop. Look at this dude. He need to stay in the shade. Ain't no wonder why he came out. He already in the gay parade. I told you, man. I got you. Roasted like ever. You don't know, but my rhymes, they straight up clever. So you step down off the pedestal. I'm the best, man. You need to go to the fucking Dato. I said freaking. Yeah. Yeah.
What? What? That couldn't have been real. Was that a real person? Gag. Did he say a gay parade? Oh my god. As much as people hate, you can't deny Soulja Boy's the first rapper to use. Yeah, no, that's fair. Other streamers are supposed to learn from streamers, learn what he could do the same. Right. No, I mean, for how hard he's going, like, bruh. For how, like, this is kind of crazy to have in, like, a week's time. Gag. We teach confidence. We teach them confidence. Okay. Hey, we got another follower. It's lit. How do I? New York or nowhere? Right. Not, they're all running late.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for being here right at 12 on the dot.
Gag.
You won't regret it. Now, what are my qualifications for teaching science, you may ask?
Yeah.
Well, yes, they are probably running late. Or I don't want to show up.
Like, what would you even do to teach new streamers how to stream to an empty chat? Honestly, I guess. Mad people.
Okay? Because we are in science class. Thank you so much. Oh, okay, guys. Welcome to. Hey, everyone, shut the fuck up!
Oh my god!
You guys are in my classroom, so you have to listen to my rules. So while you guys are yapping, we actually have to start teaching. Okay?
Okay.
We are in science class.
I'm so gagged. She taught the 0 viewer grind with full immersion. Not that full immersion. New York City, New York City, New York City. Oh my god, Keith Lee. What? Stop.
University. This is my 4th take, so hopefully this is the one. Applying as a student because I don't stream and I respect the people who do, so I would never step on toes. I'm also not applying as a teacher because I think that's a little too serious for me. I'm applying to have a club. I think a club would be dope. Our club would be called the Family That Eats, or the Family Club, or the Food Club, or whatever you want to call it. And there's 3 main premises to the club. One, we're going to eat food together, and we're going to be teaching how to be honest, but at the same time be respectful to people's cultures and background while you're doing food content.
Oh my god.
That stream, and this is a way I can use the experience that I've gained for the last 4 or 5 years from eating food time, to teach how to do it and not be an asshole about it. 2, we're gonna talk about that.
Yo, this is hot. This is fire.
People really care about you from the very beginning, when you become quote unquote successful, and how to navigate that. I think it's very important to keep the people who started with you at all times. And I know it's hard to do that when you are young and you in a space where you blow up very fast, or you in a space where everything changes quickly. So we're gonna talk about how to do that, or how I personally navigate. 3, we're gonna talk about the importance of keeping God and Jesus on the forefront if that's what you believe in, and not be afraid to say that and speak that and be loud about it, because that's not something that's really publicized in the streaming world. I know Kai's a man of faith, and I know he's somebody who's not afraid to say it and not afraid to stand on it, and I think it'd be dope to talk about that. And at the same time, with all those ideas, really keeping it fun and keeping it a space where everybody can come and enjoy. We eat food together, we talk about family, we talk about faith. We just gonna have a space where people can come and get their ideas out, and it's really gonna be a mature space to have a conversation and eat food together. And shout out to Kai for even doing this, man. God is amazing. We can eat a bunch of small businesses, and at the same time, shout out small businesses, be a platform for them, and still teach how to eat the food and be respectful. I think it'd be dope. God bless you. Have an amazing day. I'll be safe.
Gag. By the way, Keith Lee's fucking dreads? Why they look so cool, chat? What? Alright. So I would be a part of that club. Chat, would you guys be a part of that club? I would definitely. I would start mukbang streams, okay? Just to be a part of that club, chat. That would be amazing. To learn from the man himself. I'm just saying. Alright, let's watch this.
Bitch! You was a
This
cameraman!
offender.
Cameraman don't die, bitch! You never die!
Okay. Following her release from prison. Why was she in prison? I mean, other than the obvious reasons, but why was she actually in prison? Crashed out on a cameraman for evading the police and failing to get a good video footage of her being arrested. You're not getting paid. You didn't even get the angles of me getting arrested. Okay. It's getting dystopian, chat. It's actually getting dystopian. Love Island star Hoda. Oh, I think my wife loves this woman. Okay. Okay. It's a bob. 50. Whoa. That's good shit. Good for her. That's a lot of subs, Brasky. He promised a Knicks championship with his first term. Gag. I mean, when you use demands, you know what I mean? Why is that me? The way I can fix my face so fast, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, that's gonna be me a lot in Streamer U. I can't keep... That's a lot of spoons to keep the laughing up. It's gonna be a lot of spoons, bro. It's gonna be me going, ha ha ha! And it's just gonna be social anxiety. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be... Stop. Stop, this isn't real! Hold on. No, he was so young. Stop. Do people post this type of shit? What the fuck? Chat, this isn't what I typed. Did he die? Oh my fucking god, he died! Chat! Oh my god! Oliver Tree Nickel. A tragic mid-air... A collision? Oh my god. Chad, I liked this man. He was actually really cool. It's crazy that he still wore this fit. But he was cool. Damn, left 6 dead, including Tree. Tree was posting content to social media from his time in Brazil. No, that's fair. They just found out. Damn. Right. In the middle of his headlining tour. Self-produced? Damn. Now I gotta listen to some of this. For my main mans. For my main... Why is he yellow?
Love you madly, hate you badly. Is that towards a person? Is that towards oneself?
It was through the process of making this. It was kind of a whole roller coaster. It was so beautiful and it was so happy at times and so dark at times. I really forget to capture the emotions while they're happening. I tend to go to music when I'm in a dark place. I'm always capturing, oh man, I'm hurting. Oh, I want to make a song about that. But this album, I actually remembered capture falling in love and try to.
Why does he have a porn stash?
Channel it into something positive that I can share with other people, which is such a beautiful part of music.
Love you madly, hate you badly.
It's him talking seriously while looking like Shrek. Okay. Let's listen to some of it, because now I'm sad, chat. Now I'm fucking sad. You see? You see, chat? Now I'm fucking sad. Let's do... Yeah, use some of this. Oh. Like this was a musician chat. And you're telling me he made this shit from scratch? Oh. Gag. Guys, I'm actually reeling right now. I'm actually reeling. Damn. I can't believe it. Bro. People are dropping, my guy. Like, it's always the people you don't even expect. Like, hello? Oh my god! It's insane. Life is so crazy. Oop. Just screaming into the night, chat. We're just screaming into the night, bro. Okay?
Like genuinely smell fucking insane. That's his cameraman.
Look at all these people. Look at all these chickens, chat.
Like genuinely smell.
Yo, I can't wait for this YouTube video. I can't wait for the... What? Wait.
Turn the swell off. A franchise doing big business. I live this, it's automatic. I win it, so you hear those horns, you finish. A soldier. And I stay under you fighting. Plus I'm storming on you chums like I'm thunder and lightning. Ain't no way you breaking me, kid. I'm harder than nails. Plus I keep it on lock like I'm part of the jail. Stale competition. I got the whole block wishing they could run with my division, but they gone fishing with no bait.
That's so nice of him, honestly, that he, what's it called? Is giving everybody, like, a clip or two. That takes a lot of freaking work, you know? A lot of effort, because that's a lot of heads.
Get your boy whole weight. I got my soul straight. I brush them out like Colgate. In any weather, I'm never better. Your boy's so hot, you never catch In case you forgot or fell off, I'm still not your shell off. My money's.
I'm so gagged. She legit knows how to wrestle. From nonstop hate from his community. Okay.
Yeah, I might come on this bitch. Y'all can call me corny. I don't give a fuck, bro. Y'all can call me whatever the fuck y'all want, but I come on this bitch to entertain y'all niggas, bro. I come on this bitch because I love y'all niggas, bro. Oh, God, bro. I come on this bitch to have fun, bro. Just have fun with y'all, bro. Like,
Same, bro.
This shit hard, bro. It's not easy, bro. I be putting my heart and soul in this shit. Oh, God, bro.
What happened, chat? What happened to him?
Oh, I dare you, bro.
22 months!
I delete that shit, bro, because I'm never gonna quit if I'm by my fucking self on God. I don't give a fuck. And that type of shit bleeds into the Twitch chat. That shit bleeds into everywhere, bro. Niggas just being negative. I'm like, come on, that shit.
Gag. Yo, what happened, though? I don't know what made him a bigger diva, crying online for attention or slapping the camera. Why are we doing this? Stop. I actually really liked his diva tattoo. I think men should be more feminine. I'm not even gonna hold you. I think it could change the game. Okay. But yeah, I think it's important. He's human. Being a content creator doesn't make him any different from anyone else. Just because he's showing emotion on stream doesn't mean he's looking for attention. No, legitly. I think he's just talking to his chat and being like, bruh, can you guys not? Can you guys actually not? Wait, what? Who cares? If you don't care, move it on, bruh. Y'all treat streamers like this for no reason. When they start getting depressed and hurting themselves, y'all start feeling bad. I cannot. Stop. What? I'm just not understanding the butt reduction thing. I feel like that need more explanation. That has nothing to do with this. Bro, what? Okay. Oop. Yes, sir, ski. Bro. Why is the mayor so cool? Why do we have the coolest mayor right now in New York? What's going on? Why we got the coolest mayor? We went from having literally the most capitalistic fucking greedy ass fucking piece of shit to like the best mayor. Like, that's my mayor. Okay. It's allowed him to scale from nothing to giving away millions of dollars. It's not paywalled. You don't have to pay to upload. Anyone can do it. My guy. It's hard. Wait, what? Day 4, camping out. Cooking up some music. Ayo! Not Steve Harvey. I really don't need to see that mustache talk. I'm okay. Gag. How are they able to do that, Chad? Isn't this copyrighted? How much did they have to pay for the licensing? Gag. What's that? What are the items? If you're from Brooklyn, we have a spot called Vinny's. Ooh. Might have to check out Vinny's. And they got an A rating. I see that. Oh, chat, you know my restaurant just got rid of our rating. We just had an inspection, and we usually get 5s. You know, A's across the board. But we've had a leak for the past month. And the leak is insane, chat. The entire floor is covered with water now. And it's like, it's not like gross water. It's from the fucking soda machine. But the way that the water won't drain anymore. So I'm just over here sloshing around, trying not to trip. These big ass puddles in the middle of the floor. Closing was hard yesterday, bruh. Closing was hard, bruh. Nah, Chad, wasn't funny. Nah. You don't understand what it's like to put fries in a bag while standing in a lake. Like, that's not a vibe. Nobody wants that vibe. Shut up with the crowd go crazy. Gag. I was just watching this. Oh, I have problems. It's like, I hate Adrian Bronner. I don't like that man. Gross. A gross individual. But I don't know. I feel like Dean the Great, I feel like he's playing into it. I feel like he doesn't actually, I don't know. I could just be. Yeah, no, I could just be saying shit. Dean Cartier glasses as a thank you for changing his life. No, that's fair. Because they got them, like, dressing as twins and shit. This man.
It's you. It's me? Oh, shit. And guess what? I got the same one. It's you. It's me?
Why is he like this?
Shit. And guess what? I got the same one.
35, chat. This man's 35 somehow. This man look good. 52. That is beautiful handwriting. Hold on, chat. Let's really, this is good shit. Like how they spelled situation? I like that. Anyway. Yes! Not him going, I can't have alcohol, but I would. I cannot. Yo, black people are so fun. Why we so fun for it, Chad? Like, why we so... Oh my god! I gotta kill him! I cannot. Oh, yeah. Instantly?
What makes me different, I can be the voice for... Hey, guy. What makes you different? Reporting live, what makes me different?
Reporting live, what makes me different?
Different? Reporting live, what makes me different? I say that what makes me different is I can be the voice for Streamer University 2026 and get all the stories for Streamer University 2026, getting all the inside scoop, giving all the announcements.
Okay.
Reporting live, denied.
Denied? Okay. Okay. Reporting live, I just got denied. I got denied. Kai. I got denied.
Why? I put my admin. How you deny? Hold on.
Kai. Cuddy.
You say you been in the gym? No,
I'm so gagged.
We got denied, chat. Reporting live, we got denied at Streamer University 2026, but it's okay, because we might return back into Streamer University to report. My spark to keep going is to be the voice. I got
Gag. My spark to keep going is to be the voice. I just Asian baby Lola. The names are naming. The names are pretty insane. Is this all she does? Not that like it's crazy or nothing, but like is this all she like? This has got to be a lot to keep up. Like
securities investigating. We are watching you guys closely. On a brighter note, Lala apologized to Danny Bands and they officially made peace with a handshake. So we love to see
why can't I hear?
and yes, DDG hosted the first ever Streamer University pool party. City
Oh my god!
for 2026. Woo! Chad, let's go. Chad. Let's go. Let's get some interviews.
Okay.
Her hair,
Your wedding was great.
You know when curls look so moisturized, they look juicy. The curls are curling. I know it was hot as hell. You see all those bodies, chat? Mad bodies. To do what? What are we doing?
Audio, and then I'll listen back.
Wow, this is actual, like, anchor shit. Like, this is actually what they be doing. They be testing the audios and shit. That's crazy. Is this woman accidentally becoming a fucking anchor? That's so funny. This mic? Oh, you guys can't see it. Hold on. This little mic animation is cute as fuck. Hold on. Let me show that thing. You see how that thing thangin'? Look at that. That's cute as fuck. Alright. What do you mean look around and then look at me? The fudge? Bruh. Talk about nothing. Talk about give me nothing. And it's an ad.
Commercial auto insurance with
Having a great hammer.
Can't touch this.
I can't believe so many people are in Atlanta. That's what it's called. Is he in Atlanta today? I think it's Atlanta. A one-of-one custom play button. Okay. Okay. He revisited the childhood bedroom. That's crazy. Cause didn't that have a poster of Lolly on it? Isn't that like one of the things? Guys, my body? She upset. I don't know why my body's so upset, but she upset.
Out here.
I think Rage would actually be a great guidance counselor. I think that's like a perfect thing that he picked. I could totally see Rage as a guidance counselor. I think that's really smart. I think no one else like applied to do that, and he actually is really good at giving advice. So
I could use some guidance.
Hope he gets in. That's awesome. Thank you, ET Prime. Appreciate ya.
Gag. Not a Knicks jersey. It doesn't even look nice with the suit. Mandane! He's such a little bud, bruh. Oh, this is cool. That's a cool view, bruh. Turns out electing a Muslim socialist isn't so bad after all. I'm not gonna hold you guys. I'm more into communism than I am socialism. But hey, you know, if it works, it works. Gag. Wow. Not them congratulating him. I cannot. This, you know what? Let me
Then
just,
he'll turn his off.
hold on.
Dope, this nigga Kai is. Everybody can't stream, and he'll stream for like 1 hour. Then he'll turn his off, then everybody gets to stream.
Nice.
Then when he walk in your dorm, your numbers go from 10,000 to 20,000 just because he in your chat. So he was going showing love to everybody dorm, getting their numbers up, going sitting down, talking to them.
I like that.
He was very selfless with the Stream University shit. He only streamed for like an hour max of like just this type of shit, and then he'd be like, "All right, everybody's good to spark up. Boom, it's over." This is how dope this.
That's crazy. That is pretty nuts. Pretty nuts. Oh! I'm not gonna lie, when my niece started walking, I was like, oh my god. It was an amazing time. I'm so excited. Oh. She's trying so hard not to pick that baby up. Yay! We did it! No, that's good shit. That's good shit. We love that. Little wholesomeness. Ooh, okay. Let's see.
Yo, don't accept me into Streaming University. I have 200 followers. I average 5 viewers. I grew up in the middle of nowhere. I stream from the middle of nowhere. I'm a nobody.
Is what I would say if I didn't know who I was.
Let me tell you who I am. I love streaming. Streaming brings me joy. Every time I hit start streaming, I feel like I have a second family. Streaming gives me freedom. It lets me unite with people. It lets me dream. I don't believe in the word impossible. They all.
I like how he said, I have nothing. What is that giant space you have, sir, with all that equipment? That's like a $2,000-$3,000 setup. But okay.
So maybe the kid who averages 5 viewers with 200 followers and grew up in the middle of nowhere is the one you'll accept. It's possible. And I guess that's time.
Gag. No, that's good shit. I hope he gets in. That was good. It used to be calm on purpose.
She'll be very surprised. What shall we make for Mother this morning? Muffins?
No.
Waffles?
No.
Flapjacks? What?
Father Bear's famous flying flapjacks.
Of course.
You be the big chef, and I'll be the little chef.
All right, little chef. Let's get to work.
No, this is actually kind of, this is nice. Loud as fuck, but nice.
All set, big chef?
All set. Now, first the flour.
Flour. Achoo!
More flour.
More flour.
Baking powder.
Powder.
Then the milk.
Milk.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
That's me whenever I pour shit.
Now the egg.
Gag!
Egg.
Wait. I'm so traumatized! Okay, sorry. No, because the actual thing you're supposed to do is nothing. Because a spill is a spill. The way that hasn't been my existence. But, no, this is great. Maybe I should stream like this, chat. Maybe I should be a calm streamer.
How do you do that?
Now, legit, when I was a kid, cracking eggs, that looked like magic. Let's really talk about how many things used to look like and feel like magic as a kid, bro. Fucking crossing the street. Holding a $20 bill. I'm a millionaire now? Let's see. Climbing anything taller than me. You know what I mean? Like, that shit had me clutching my pearls.
It's all in the wrist, my son. You try it.
No, it really is. A lot of things are all in the wrist.
You did it.
I did it.
A few little bits of shell in the batter won't hurt. Now stir it up.
Excuse me? That's a lie.
Let's set the table while the griddle gets hot.
Right.
I'll get the flowers. Don't flip the flapjacks until I get back.
It's like, this is how you know that you were traumatized. Because the amount of times my mom would have yelled at me, right? It's calming me. When I have my kid, I see this needs to be a priority. No, legit, like, so much shit causes anxiety. You don't even know. Pediatric PT told me a lot of kids shows are designed to keep children overstimulated with constant noise and fast. Yeah. No, that's so legit. It's so they don't move, hikey. Like, that's what I've realized. Is that I feel like every generation, parents different. And I feel like, unfortunately, my generation, we don't want our kids to move around. I don't know why. But we don't want... So we just overstimulate them until they're just like this. Like, that was my niece. Just... We move forward. Yo, what's up? What's up, Red Set? How you doing? You just got here. You didn't miss a lot. I'm not gonna hold you. You didn't miss a lot. I was watching Little Bear. So watched a banana. What the fuck? A magical night. A magical night. Okay, let's get into some shit. I'm actually losing it now. Oh shit, what time do I have for you? 6. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, I wanted to see this. Oh, this isn't even the right account. Excuse me, ma'am, hold on.
You either spend hours modeling them in Blender, I generated them using Tripo. You can generate a 3D.
Thinking, Uber, you don't know how to make an MP3 player? I know, but I will know by the end of the video.
Okay.
With the help of today's video sponsor, PCBWay. This is my first ever video sponsor, so I really hope I impress them. The first stage was actually already done for me, courtesy of Past Uber, who in a previous video came back from Morocco and started 3D modeling the general shape that I was looking for. Thank you, Past Uber. Anytime, future Uber. I've been asked in many interviews,
right?
Yeah, shameless plug like Teen Vogue and whatever. But anyway, I was asked in previous interviews, what informs my design decisions? Why, who, what, when, where? And to that, I would say I like the perversion of nature and technology combined, because technology being very modern, man-made and sleek, it looks out of place when it's combined with something natural and organic, as nature is very ancient and timeless. And I like that tension that is created when you combine the two things. Okay, let's see what Past Ube came up with. It's an ammonite. Past me forgot a few things like the USB charging port. I wanted a clip on the MP3 so you could clip it to your clothing, an LED battery gauge, and then I moved some of the buttons around. Why this shape? Well, if you see my previous video here on YouTube about my desert vlog, you'd know that I'm going for a desert sci-fi aesthetic where an ammonite would be really well suited as they are found in the desert. Also, that and I have quite an unhealthy obsession with ammonites. With my final draft done, I placed the responsibility of manufacturing all the parts over to PCBWay, who, by the way, they can print things in metal. They have so many services such as custom PCB printing, sheet metal, CNC machining, and of course 3D printing, which is what I'm using for my project until I get better at all the other things. Then I will try and use those in future videos. I uploaded all of my different STL files onto the PCBWay website and picked out all of the materials that I wanted. So for the main body, I picked PLA and wanted it printed out in black. For the next part, which was the back plate, I wanted this in aluminum, whatever. And so you can just easily select from that. You could also get it in titanium if you wanted to. I don't know. I mean, why not, you know? And then for the rest of them, I went through. Some of these were resin, some of these were also aluminium.
Only a week? Amazing.
Thank you, PCBWay. Now let's see what we got. As if I don't know what we've got. So this was packaged all very neatly. I took it out because I am like a rabid dog when I receive a new package.
No, that's fair.
This is the body of the ammonite.
It looks so cool.
Really smoothly. Really excited to paint that. And then we've got our aluminium back plate, which has that like kind of cool engraving in it. I love that. And it's heavy. It's really cool. And then we've got our bits and bobs that are also printed in aluminium. These are going to hold the battery gauge. This is like kind of a cover for the buttons, also aluminium. And then here is the tube. I don't know, it kind of blends into the bag, but that's printed in resin because I needed a clear tubing. So it's very clear. I mean, it's really good quality. Everything feels heavy.
Yeah, no, that looks crazy good quality, bruh.
So I'm so excited to.
This is why I wanted to. Yo, MWP! This is why I wanted to.
I'm gonna have to sand some areas down.
Get into
it's
3D
really
printing
in most places, but like on the surface, you can kind of see the layer lines. So I'm gonna give it a good sanding and then go over it with a bit of molding paste because that kind of fills in the gaps like wood filler. I low-key can't be asked to sand anymore, so I'm just going to get the modeling paste and fill in all of the gaps and smooth over the parts that I couldn't reach with the sandpaper. And I will say this, the modeling paste feels a lot better on my fingers. I was getting all up in there, getting really grubby. Felt really nice under my nails. Let me talk you through the components, babe.
Okay.
ESP, sorry, I do have a notebook because I will forget. Anyway, ESP32S3 touchscreen waveguide 1.85 inches. So this is kind of the backbone of.
Why does she say that so aggressive?
This is the room where it happens, baby. This is where I'm gonna touch things. This is the brains of the project. It has an ESP32S3 thing, microcontroller built into it. Right. 500 milliamp LiPo battery. This is the power for the project. This is going to obviously, you know, store all of the charge when you charge the WaveShare board. 3.7 volts to 4.2 volt LED battery gauge. This is going to display.
Why is she?
Which has.
Why is she reading it like fucking AI Siri? What's going on? It's so distracting.
Indicator for how much battery is left in the LiPo battery that I mentioned before. Rotary encoder. This is the volume knob basically, and it has a really satisfying click when you spin it. Self-latching on-off switch. This is the on and off button that it's self-latching, which means when you press it, it stays that way until you press it again, and then it latches off. So that's going to be exciting to use. And then obviously the speaker, which I might replace later. I probably will. I don't know if this is dry yet. It's gotten a bit more translucent, so that signals to me that it is indeed drying. But it's like hard to the touch, but I don't want to paint over it in case it's not dry yet. Anyway, I got out all the components, the wave share board, you know, we got the buttons. I have these two different rotary encoders just to see like which one is better, I don't know. And then we've got our little battery gauge, the on and off button, the battery, why did I say it like that? Battery. And then we've got these the magnets that go into the aluminium backplate. I also changed the speaker for this smaller one because I had other speakers, but this one I salvaged from an old fake Game Boy that my boyfriend let me take apart. Thank you to him. First things first, I'm probably gonna try and super glue these little magnets into the aluminium plate. Aluminum? I don't know how you guys say it. Tell me in the comments how you guys say this. Also, I wanted to see if I could polish this metal, and then I realized, oh wait, I don't have metal polish. So we're gonna do the second best thing and cover it in, you guessed it, chrome powder. So let's chrome powder up this bitch. I don't know if this is gonna look good, so I'm just gonna test it on the inside first. So this is the inside, this is the outside. I'm just gonna do like a little splodge. Should probably do this on a mat.
Get real-world experience for the world of music and audio at
It's not giving metal for some reason. It looks very much like
I was unsure of how the chrome powder would look, but it looked pretty sick.
Okay, it looks nice. It looks nice.
No way. Oh my god. I did the
Okay, that looks a lot better.
entire thing. It's painting time. I have this prototype that I painted on stream. If you follow me on Twitch, you might have watched that stream. Anyway, so this is the shade that I had pre-mixed in acrylic paint beforehand. And my goal was just to get down a fresh coat, just a clean base coat that I can then add detail to later. I just really want to cover up the PLA. The base coat is drying. You can see in some spots it's a little bit shiny because it's still a little wet. But yeah, when it's dry,
oh, it's good.
The details and stuff. Maybe another coat because there's some like patchy, gross parts. Maybe that adds to it. I don't know. While I was waiting for the acrylic paint to dry, I super glued the magnets into the little divots that I'd made. I also wanted to see if all of the other parts that I'd received actually fit. I mean, I knew they fit because I put them on the prototype, but it does look like I'm struggling over here. Do you need any help? No, I'm fine. Piss off. Okay. Well, it looks like it fits. That looks pretty cool. I then proceeded to paint for the next probably 3 hours. It only took that long because I just had to keep on waiting for layers to dry, and then it would dry, and then I'd do another layer, and then that would dry, and then I'd do another layer, you know. But this is all sped up, you know, for your viewership. I'm not about to paint for 3 hours in front of you. That would not be a very good video. So it was, yeah, it was long, but when it was done, I started super gluing all of the metal accessories onto the front. Pero tengo una problema. There is a gap in the side, which looks a bit ugly. So I thought of just pushing the resin tube back by a bit so that there wouldn't be that ugly ass gap. I don't know. It was time for me to solder the rotary encoder. One pin in the middle is for the ground, which is what that grey wire is for. And then we've got a yellow and orange wire.
Why is this woman so cool?
You know, turning. And then I soldered
I don't even know what's happening.
And yellow wire to the IO12 and IO13 on the board. And then the grey wire was supposed to be grounded. And I read online that you could solder them to these, you know, the standoffs. For some reason it wasn't working even after I sanded it. So I desoldered everything because that wasn't working, which was really annoying. Instead, I focused on soldering the on and off button, which I cut the red wire of my LiPo battery in half and then put it to the two little pins on the back of the on and off button. And this is what it looked like. And then I had to plug in the battery to the battery header, but the only thing is the battery JST connector was reversed, which is very not good. So I had to repin that JST connector, which basically involves lifting up the plastic pins and taking out the wire from underneath and then putting it back in, but reversed in the correct orientation. So when I put it back into the battery header, it should actually work. I plugged in a waveshare board to charge up that LiPo battery, and I'll put that to the side. And then I focused on the rotary encoder. I just had to search up which header on the waveshare board to actually connect the JST connector to, because there is a UART on the waveshare board and then an I2C. Do I know the difference? No. But the next morning, after doing some research, I connected it to the UART header. Now it's time to test the power button. Okay, here we go.
Whoa.
Turn on.
Whoa, that's a cool button!
Power button? Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it works. Power off. Yes. Power on. Oh, okay, cool. So it has to be powered on by this button. Okay, but it works. Oh my gosh, thank God. I had to read through some articles on how to wake up my Waveshare board from deep sleep using the on and off button that I'd soldered in, because for some reason I could only turn on the board if it was turned on via the power button on the actual board and not the one I had soldered in, which was really, really annoying. But then I got a bit confused, I got a bit bored of reading, so I focused on soldering the next component, which is the battery LED indicator. It has a little plus and minus, negative, positive. Anyway, the yellow one I soldered onto the red wire of the battery, which also went to the switch, and then the grey one is ground, which I soldered into the rotary encoder grey wire as well, because that's also ground. And then I used a heat shrink tube to just neaten all of that up. Amazing. It's a bit ugly right now. That's all right. It's a
amazing
of wires and stuff, but I just want to test that the battery LED gauge works.
Gag. It's bright.
Freaking good. My freaking good. Software time. Okay, I need to.
We're making software!
Rummage in here and get out the SD card so I can start putting music into it, and then also coding the thing. I haven't coded before. This is terrifying. I don't know
Oh
what
my
I'm doing.
god. We're starting from
I have to plug it in via
scratchies.
USB-C to my PC, just keep it nearby there. And then I have to learn all about coding and stuff because I've never done that before. So let's get learning.
Oh my god, she looks...
As someone who, clearly prefers hardware, this was all incredibly confusing to me. It was all very daunting. Had to watch lots of YouTube videos. I watched a few. I'll link the helpful ones I found below.
Okay.
And then as you can see, I'm a little bit lost. Everything was getting way too confusing. I was crashing out. Anyway, I installed the original firmware on it, the one that I had before, before I fucked up everything.
Oh.
And it plays music, stinky, horrible audio, but it plays it.
What the apps?
For years. Messy queues, transactional ticketing.
Oh no.
None of them were built for the way.
I then made a discovery on YouTube about Squareline, which is basically a UI designer that you can import the UI from it and it has all the code already done for it. So I did a little test, like a volume slider test, and just to see how it works, because I wasn't familiar with this software yet, but I saw that it was quite user-friendly. There is a very helpful tutorial on YouTube for it. And then I imported the code into Arduino IDE. And I didn't know if this would work, but it did. Hell yeah, massive success. Success. It looks great, babe. But I wanted to be a bit more ambitious, so I designed, this took me 3 hours before I went to bed. But okay, so this, when you press on it, it opens up the main music interface where there is a replay button, the settings button, and then a play and pause button. And then when you press the settings button, it opens up the settings there. But it's got the volume knob and then a brightness slider. And then either side of the screen, there are these little rings that I thought would look cute as like a back button. It goes back to the main music interface. This took me ages, and then I went to bed and I thought I'd test it in the morning. It's a new day. We're gonna upload the UI that I designed last night into my little MP3 player, which shouldn't take too long. Okay, let's press upload.
Yeah.
And start uploading.
Gag.
100% done. Okay, let's see.
Okay, let's look at it.
See what's up. Can you unplug yourself? Hello. Nothing's happening. Okay. Oh. Wait. Nope, nothing happened. Hold on. Come on, y'all. I don't know. Okay, uploaded again. Second time around. Let's go, guys. Yeah. Moment of truth.
Oh.
Damn. It just turns black. Okay. Nice. I just spent 3 hours doing that all over again for no reason. That's amazing. I love that for me. Third time is a charm, apparently.
Here's a station you might like.
What the fuck is that? I was dealing with a little bit of rainbow vomit, you know, that happens sometimes, obviously. Something in the code might have fucked up. This really made me annoyed. I crashed out a bit, which is fine because I redid the whole UI again. I tried to simplify it a bit this time, maybe have less screens. And then I looked at the colors that were going on, tried to fix some of that. That's not right. Why is that one okay and the others aren't? What the hell? If this doesn't work, I will eat my shit.
Oh.
Hello, Arduino. What the fuck? I didn't put that there. What? Why are you doing this to me? Hello, Arduino and LVGLI. I'm not. That's not my name. That's not my name at all.
Yeah.
Okay, one more try.
Oh my god. Bro.
That is not what it's supposed to look like.
I'm about to crash out for her.
Issue with the LV color swap thing. It should be a 1. But there are so many files that have it set as 0 or 1 and that it's getting confused. I think I'm getting confused. We're all confused together. I don't know. I'll go through it, see what happens.
Oh my god!
I could have cried tears of happiness. But the colors were still a little bit off. As you can see, you know, some of the colors are actually reversed, but that is okay because it works. I've tested the interface, it works.
Not because it works.
I found out how to use the rotary encoder. Thank you to GitHub, which I will link.
GitHub is amazing. I love
In
GitHub.
the description of the video. I'm really tired, guys. Sorry. I've just uploaded that code. Let's see how it goes. I kept playing copyrighted music, but just trust me that it works. Please just trust me. It does work. I have to use pliers sometimes because it's a little bit stiff. Might need a bit of lubrication or something like that. Maybe a bit of sanding. But everything works. The UI works. The volume knob thing majig works. The on and off button. Oh, so satisfying. I could play with that forever. Ignore the spaghetti. It's fine. It's time for the finishing touches, which includes painting over the splodges of black that were left on the inside of the ammonite. The last time I tried to attach the USB-C port extender thing, it didn't fit, but I just want to try again, because I want it to fit.
No, that's fair.
Get in there. Oh, yeah. That does actually work. Oh, hell yeah. Okay. I don't know how to get that battery gauge in there. I pretty much just use super glue to fix everything for me.
Vibe coders.
Fix everything, and she just piled everything on top of each other. I love that.
Base 44.
I love that.
We finally done it.
Oh my
I
god.
would say there's so much more to do, but I'm gonna leave it at this. It's the bare minimum of what an MP3 could give you. It plays, it pauses, it skips the song, has a volume knob, an on, off, okay, well, just an off button because it doesn't turn it on. It does turn on the gauge though. Yeah, the battery gauge, do you get that in an MP3 player? I think not. Well, you probably do in some. And then magnetic back plate. I need to organize that. It's fine. But let's reflect. This project taught me a lot. I'm overall really quite happy with it.
Yeah, no, it's
I
pretty
love the way
lit.
it looks. I love the way
Chat, would you get that? I would get that.
Implements the Ammonite. I really like that the screen, like the UI, just actually works. And I've never done anything like that before, so that was really exciting, and I learned so much from that. I really liked doing the hardware of it, doing all the soldering and working out what goes where. Apart from maybe the next thing that I would like to work on is the Bluetooth, because I really want to connect AirPods to it.
Yeah.
And then getting a big long playlist on it of all of my favorite songs. But this was such a fun project, and
That was amazing. Wow. She just makes shit like this. This is good shit. Circle massing? What? Software for your cyber deck. I wanted to build a cyber deck, but like, it's the coding for me. It's really the coding for me, you know? Oh man, it got worse.
Lakari, the CP, has returned, and his response is probably one of the worst things I've ever seen. If you remember back in January, the streamer Lakari was streaming and he accidentally had one of his notepads open on stream. And this gave birth to the shocking revelation that he had a bunch
Couples teens.
of links to not only CP but Animal. And now this guy is back and he's giving us an explanation on what exactly happened and just how he got the help he needed. But there's only one caveat. This man was crying, and I just can't stand it when these influencers try to use the sympathy gimmick to rewrite the narrative in their favor, especially when this guy literally had a notepad that was a hub for CP. We have a lot of stuff to talk about today, twin. I'm a clown this sicko. If you're interested, come tap in. Comment for the algorithm. Before I get into Lakari's response and explanation on his actions, let me give you guys some context. So this all started in January, I think on January 6th of this year, and Lakari accidentally flashed a folder that was titled Couple Teens.
K feeds. Let me at least add way to the list of champions that I like. Fuck.
This immediately set off red flags in people's minds, and the person who posted this clip that I'm showing you obviously censored it, but there were people who got the uncensored folder link, and when they went through the folder, they found tons of weird graphic files, some that included things that were likely CP and Animal. Sensing the severity of the situation and his impending canceling, Kari decided he should just explain himself, but his first explanation was really poor.
How does it end up there? Okay, let me explain what happened.
Go ahead.
All right. I was surfing a site. Okay. The shit got downloaded. Like, I didn't trigger a fucking download. Just got downloaded. I opened up the fucking text document. I saw what was in it. I deleted the text document. I deleted it. But the problem with Windows 11 is that even if you delete the text document, it apparently still stays there. So it was still there after I deleted it.
So his first excuse was just ignorance. He was surfing some sites and it just happened to get downloaded. But here's the thing, bro. This nigga is just very clearly lying. And as an avid user of a computer, you're not gonna
like you're literally a streamer.
Pop up literally in your browser. And for a streamer, you're telling me this guy doesn't check his file folders often. He's not gonna check his download section. And here's another thing, bro. That's a text document. A text document that was already pre-saved. On Windows 11, Notepad sessions will save, which means that he had this open prior to opening it up on stream. So him saying I deleted it before, that does not make sense because it wouldn't be there as a previously saved session. And him trying to offshoot the responsibility on his ignorance and on him just browsing his, because that's his excuse, he's a addict, that's not gonna go for me.
There is a difference between accessing a video model and owning one.
Bro.
I've told you guys 1,000 times that's what happened. Like, dude, I'm sorry. Like, I have like a 3 terabytes of on my hard drive, bro. Like a lot. Sometimes you go to a site, some shit downloads on your you don't want it, you fucking delete it, and that's just what happened, man. Okay? Like, that's what happened. I'm sorry, all right? Like, I don't know how many times I have to explain this, but that's what happened. Dude, let's just move the fuck on, please. No one's gonna fucking believe me, man. There's no moving on? Okay.
And I just hate how this goober is trying to just play off as his addiction. We get it, bro. You're a gooner, but you can't get out of this just by blaming it on your addiction. That's not how it works, especially when, like I said, this was a autosave session on your notepad. Lakari had it open before he opened it up on stream. Him saying he deleted it does not make sense. And if you were truly innocent,
It doesn't make any sense. Thank you, chat.
Tomatoes,
chat. Because what?
Content that was found on your PC.
You're done,
To
bruh.
spoil the latest update, but he is gonna acknowledge that he was not being entirely truthful when he was initially responding to this situation.
That's
Now,
so
the best
obvious,
example
bruh.
of that is that this dude starts running a virus scan. He runs malware bites to, I guess, prove that it wasn't his fault. But as you may guess, there was no virus on his PC.
Bro, what?
This was something that he did.
I don't need details. I just need to know, are you good?
I don't know.
Okay. What are you trying to do now?
Run software.
Scan by PC. I don't have any threats. I'm virus free.
Yeah, of course you're virus free, dumbass.
0 detections. Yeah, I mean,
Cut
I
the
guess it was
crap.
virus.
That friend asking, is he good? Gang, he just got exposed for having a
It's the chat going. You're done, buddy. Like, what the?
folder that is leading you to CP. There is no
Yeah.
being good in this situation. This looks horrible. And he's a big
This looks
streamer
bad.
who did this live on stream in front of thousands of people. And then when he tries to lie and make it seem like it was a virus and it wasn't his fault, he gets proven wrong by malware bites. And also, shout out malware bites. I've been using that on my PC since 2021 when I was 14. What does that have to do with the video? Sorry, I just wanted to mention it. But like I said, Lakari was being intentionally untruthful. And he could sense the impending end of his career. And that's why he was grasping at straws trying to fix it.
As
But
he
even
should.
got to the point where he was crashing out and yelling at people and saying that they're trying to write their own narratives.
I'm joking about it. What the fuck, dude? What is write your own narrative?
Oh, he's going
Write
insane.
your own narrative, man. What the fuck else do you want me to do? What do you want to do? Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't do anything. I didn't fucking do anything. That's why I'm not fucking crying and sobbing, bitch. I didn't fucking do anything, dumbass. You
Right.
want me to be guilty so fucking bad. Shut the fuck up, retard. Jesus fucking Christ, I'm so sick of this.
Right.
You want me to be guilty so fucking...
It's really gross how he could claim that people are writing their own narratives when some of the most abusive
You want me to
content
be
was
guilty
potentially
so
found on
bad
his
is such a
PC.
crazy
This is
thing
that
to say.
serious. That's why people are pressing you about it, man. You have a
Mhm.
folder that was auto-saved on your PC labeled couple teens, and you kept streaming after this got exposed during your stream. You didn't even hop off. You tried to do a live response where you were intentionally misleading people. Let's call a spade a spade. Running that virus scanning software was being intentionally untruthful. You were intentionally trying to make it seem like this was just a virus, knowing damn well that was not the case. That's why people are writing their own narratives. They see you as a creep. They see you as a bad person. If you are in possession of CP or you have a folder that leads you to it, what do you want niggas to say? You want niggas to coddle you? You want niggas to just ignore it? This is not the Trump administration. We're not doing cover-ups. Cut that shit out, nigga. But thankfully, following this weird material being found on his PC, Twitch actually did respond, and they
Oh my
banned
God,
this
they
nigga.
did
And the
something?
community note also gives added context, which is the child material and the animals and the incest, etc. Yada yada. But now that I've caught you guys up, let's talk about the crying gimmick, or I mean his response.
Yes.
Really nice to see all you guys again.
Right, of course.
Sorry, give me a second.
Right, of course.
I do want to say, a lot's happened. And before we start the stream, though, I do want to address some things. I want to talk about, where I've been, what happened in January, and, kind of what I've been doing and stuff. So I want to start off by saying the way I handled that situation in January was terrible. I ended up showing you guys a link that suggested some pretty questionable content. And you were all definitely right to be concerned about that. I should have taken
Why
the
is
situation
he
seriously.
so sorry?
But
Why is he
in the moment?
Why does he look like that? Is this what he looks like? Is this just how he holds his face? Like, why do some people's faces look so like it looks like it hurts? He looks like he's in pain.
Just stupid excuses. in downplaying.
So immediately I'm getting emotional. Nigga, what are you getting emotional about, bro? You got a folder that was labeled couple teens. The only people that should be getting emotional are your family, because your family should be disappointed. But he did get something right. He was severely downplaying the situation. And one of the biggest ways he was downplaying it was by staying on stream after the couple teens folder was leaked. But I'm gonna let him continue talking. My bad.
I take full accountability. I'm sorry. It was very dishonest and I fucked up. I was torrenting a 2D game and the text documents came in a zip file alongside the game. Inside the link was malware, scams used to steal credit card information, and graphic videos ripped from Pornhub. I want to make this clear. I don't condone or consume exploitative or illegal material of any sort. Now, this is a very serious situation. So,
instead of spending hours creating metadata,
This has got to be the worst
catalog,
fucking way to address your controversy. This is terrible.
I submitted all of my hardware to Exhibit A Computer Forensics for a full independent investigation.
So his latest excuse is that he was torrenting a hentai game, which then put that on his PC. But once again, I just find a lot of issue with this reasoning because, like I told you guys, that was a notepad, and it also—
I just feel like if you're a streamer that only streams hentai games, you're just a creepo. Like, what? Are there that many hentai games? That's actually kind of bonk. That's actually kind of bonk, chat. Hold on, let me get some. Let me get some seaweed. Let me get some of that cinnamon. Yeah, well. Yum yum. That's a good shot. About this. It's that straight right there. It's that spray. It's that spray. Why is she getting so excited? No, this is for me. Chat, I was literally, okay? I was eating my seaweed. I came home from work. Fucking 6 in the morning, because I had to close yesterday. So, that was a big hit. So I go lay down for little napskis for stream. And I take some seaweed, container like this, some seaweed with me because I'm thinking I'm going to watch some Rick and Morty, eat some seaweed, pass out. I passed out. I only passed out. And I woke up, this thing was empty. This thing was empty, chat. Guess who it was? Let me go through my Rolodex. Who's that cinnamon? That's good shit. That's good shit. Okay.
Also has an autosave feature, which suggests that it was already open prior to him opening that on stream, which also suggests that he's seen it before. Not gonna say that he's seen it definitively because I don't want to get sued, but come on, gang. I'm supposed to believe that he just torrented. and then that put a file folder on his device with all of that content. Then he gets a forensic investigation done, and he said that it came back clean and there's nothing on his devices. But honestly, I am still a little skeptical because, like he said on his own admission, when he initially responded, he was being dishonest. And then he keeps trying to like leverage his emotions, saying he's getting choked up, he's getting emotional. Bro, shut up. I don't care. I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, but that folder said couple teens, and it led to not only just content that involved children, but there was animals and other things. It's a lot of stuff going on here, and I just don't appreciate someone trying to overly showcase their emotional side when they get caught. If you really feel like you were wronged, or if you really feel like this was an honest mistake that came from you and your addiction, you wouldn't be trying to cry on camera. You would keep it professional. You would keep it concise. But that's just my own opinion. If following this, bro, he gives us the whole therapy thing.
Ah, shit.
Going to
You guys aren't even seeing it. I'm just eating seaweed.
therapy for his addiction that spawned in from his lack of sleep and stress. And then he told us about his new diet that he's trying with his mom, the keto diet. But to me, it just kind of seems like fluff. And then after he gets this fluff out the way, that's when I think he gives the real reason why he's making this response and why he's trying to rewrite the narrative for himself.
A lot of you guys have been here for like 5-10 years. You've been watching and supporting my stream for a very long time.
Oh my fuck.
It makes me really happy you guys are still here. It makes me happy to see you guys here. And sorry, I didn't expect to get emotional.
Oh, you didn't?
But to say the least, it's really put into perspective how lucky I am to be able to entertain all of you guys.
It's like he's reading it, but at the same time trying to pretend like he can't get through it. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot.
For a living.
And that's the real reason why he's making this apologies, ladies and gentlemen. He just wants to continue entertaining people as his career. And honestly, no shit, everybody wants to be an influencer. His job clearly pays well, but I just can't for the life of me think that this is a genuine apology. Why are you crying and getting emotional when you're the one who had content that said couple teens on your PC? It looks like you had child abuse material on your PC and you want to cry in sympathy, babe. I'm not going for that, gang, at all. And the rest of this video is him just saying, I'm gonna be a better person and I'm gonna try to stay on my good habits, but it just seems so disingenuous when you already admit that you were being dishonest during your first apology, and you were even willing to yell and crash out on people who were merely concerned. You were yelling at people who were concerned about the content you had on your PC, and now you want to come crawling back because you seen the dollars disappearing. You're a clown, Lakari, and nobody likes that. I do hope there's a chance he is telling the truth, because
Yo,
I
Rico,
would
what's
prefer
up?
the reality where he didn't have that stuff on his PC. But just based off of what he's saying and what I'm seeing and how he's trying to leverage this sympathy to get back into the good graces of the people, I can't in good faith say that this is a true apology, but that's just my opinion. I can't say this is an adequate response.
Welcome back,
That is
Construct.
also
What's
my
up?
opinion, but I'm curious what's your opinion. So with that,
Yo, chat. I think this man is one of those gross people. Because like, look at him. But also because that apology was nothing. What the heck? He obviously wrote that this morning. Like, come on. So over. Oh yeah, I wanted to get back into.
In the mid 2000s,
I just saw a crazy ass thingy.
quiet revolution. It was the
I was gonna get back into Roblox, so
era of Web 2.0. A digital world wasn't entirely monopolized by algorithmic feeds, targeted advertising, and
No,
corporate
legit.
surveillance. It was within this land.
I do remember the internet when there wasn't ads everywhere. Like back when the schools were using that shit. You know what I mean?
Landscape that two engineers, David Bazuki and the late Eric Kazel, launched a physics simulator called Roblox.
It's a physics simulator?
Their original vision was
I'm
deceptively
so
simple to
gagged.
build a virtual sandbox where children and teenagers could learn basic physics, structural engineering, and computer programming through play. The platform's motto back then was powering imagination. It wasn't a lie. For over a decade, Roblox functioned as a digital commune. Anyone with a basic
Bro,
computer
how
could
did it
open
get so
Roblox
out of
Studio,
hand?
place down a few gray bricks, script a rudimentary door, and share it with the world. There were no corporate development teams. There were no predatory monetization models. There was only a shared, chaotic, brilliant experiment in collective creativity. But if you log into Roblox today, that digital...
Bro, chat, that description is exactly how I want my website to be. I want it to be the most... I want it to be like the start of the internet again. Like, I want it to be like... I want it to feel that fresh. You know, I want it to feel very, very novel, very fresh, very interactive, very alive. I got plans. Who knows? Maybe I'll make the latest, not the latest, you know what I'm saying? One of the big, another platform.
Commune is entirely gone. In its place stands a multi-billion-dollar corporate monolith. The blocky, endearing avatars have been pushed aside for uncanny, hyper-realistic human models. The front page, once filled with passion projects, is now an algorithmic hellscape of identical, heavily monetized simulators designed to exploit the developing psychology of children.
Oh my god, we should try and find learning games on Roblox today. Chat! Okay, let me write that down. Hold on, chat. I've got to write down the ideas I come up with, because I be coming up with ideas, and then, like, you know, it don't be working. Okay. Stream ideas. What did I just say I was gonna... See, this is why I needed to make this. Okay. So at least I have it. At least I have it now. Okay.
Alarming of all, the company's executive leadership is actively pivoting away from the youth that built their empire, introducing adult-only spaces, demanding biometric facial data, and openly musing about turning a children's game into an online dating app. Roblox did not just evolve. It underwent a profound systemic mutation. It traded its creative soul for Wall Street evaluation. This is not just a story about a video game getting a corporate update. This is an investigative look into how a sanctuary for childhood imagination was weaponized by hypercapitalism, resulting in a platform that is now too big to control, too greedy to care, and dangerous to its own core demographic. This is the truth of why Roblox changed.
Wow, that's so
To
good.
pinpoint the exact moment Roblox lost its identity, we have to look at March 10th, 2021. This was the day Roblox moved from being a privately owned gaming platform to a publicly traded corporation on the New York Stock Exchange. In the corporate world, going public is often seen as the ultimate victory. But for a creative platform, it is almost always a death sentence. When a company goes public, its primary objective shifts instantly. It is no longer beholden to its users, its creators, or its original vision. Its sole legal and operational mandate becomes the satisfaction of its shareholders. And Wall Street demands only one thing: infinite, compounding growth. A stable, profitable, beloved game is not enough for investors. Every single fiscal quarter, the revenue must go up. The daily active users must increase. The amount of money squeezed out of each individual player must rise. This corporate pressure gave birth to the enshittification of the Roblox ecosystem. To understand how this manifested, we have to look at the economic relationship between Roblox and its creators, specifically through a system known as DevX, or the developer exchange. Roblox has always prided itself on being a platform where young developers can make a living. They run advertisements showing teenage developers buying houses with the money they earned from making Roblox games. But when you look at the actual math,
That's
the
crazy.
reality is deeply exploitative. On standard digital storefronts like Steam or the Epic Games Store, the platform takes a cut of 12% to 30%, leaving the developer with 70% to 88% of the revenue.
Okay.
Apple and Google take a maximum of 30%. Roblox, however, takes an astronomical cut. When a player buys virtual
How much?
currency, Robux, and spends it in a user-made game, Roblox takes a massive portion of that transaction before it ever reaches
How
the
much?
developer. By the time a creator attempts to cash out their Robux into real-world US dollars via the DevEx system, they are met with a heavily suppressed exchange rate. In total, Roblox pockets roughly 70% to 75% of all the economic value generated by independent creators on the platform.
Bro,
What does
what?
this economic exploitation actually do to the games themselves? It forces a brutal evolutionary
Wow.
shift. If you are an independent developer trying to survive on a 25% revenue split, you cannot afford to make an artistic, narrative-driven, or experimental game. You are forced to design games that maximize monetization above all else. You are forced to build simulators, games engineered with slot machine mechanics, gacha crates, paid battle passes, and psychological triggers that coerce children into spending real money just to skip tedious gameplay loops. Roblox's algorithm deliberately
No, those
promotes these
that
predatory,
tedium, it be getting me.
generating corporate games to the front page, because the more money the game squeezes out of a child, the more money Roblox makes to show its Wall Street investors. The creative sandbox was systematically dismantled and replaced by an unregulated digital sweatshop where children are psychologically manipulated into spending money and young developers are exploited for cheap labor.
Oh my
Aggressively
gosh.
pursued financial growth. It's systematically neglected
Oh no, my
the most
camera.
critical aspect of its
Chat, why didn't you tell me
user
none?
safety. For years, the
Oh my
platform
god, my
operated
phone
under a
died.
cloud
Hold
of
on.
dark rumors. Parents, internet researchers, and independent journalists continuously warn that the game had become a primary target for online predators because the
I'm
game's
so
core demographic
tired.
consists of millions of
Yo,
unsupervised
Griff.
children interacting in real-time virtual
Thank you for
spaces.
your
They created
chat,
a target-rich
bruh.
environment for
I
individuals
want to have
looking to
everybody in the
exploit
chat to
minors.
be
In
level
late 2024,
65.
the dam finally broke. A renowned financial short seller
Okay.
firm, Hindenburg Research, published a devastating multi-page
Hold on, I
investigative
gotta
report
charge
on
my
Roblox.
camera and
While the
shit.
report shook the stock market, its most
I
horrifying
gotta charge my
revelations
camera and
weren't about
chat.
finance. They were about human suffering. The report explicitly accused Roblox of being an unpoliced playground for child predators, alleging that the platform's moderation systems were a complete failure, designed more to conceal the problem from investors than to actually protect children. The report exposed a terrifyingly consistent pipeline. Predators would log into popular Roblox servers, target young children through the in-game chat, and slowly build rapport. Once trust was established, they would leverage Roblox's internal messaging features to convince the child to move the conversation to unmonitored third-party platforms like Discord or Snapchat. Furthermore, the report highlighted the existence of underground networks within Roblox dedicated to creating condo maps. These are user-generated spaces that bypass Roblox's content filters through obfuscated code. Inside these digital rooms, users
I know,
engage
Parliament.
in
It's
explicit,
crazy.
simulated sexual acts and access highly inappropriate content. While Roblox claims that their automated AI filters catch and ban these maps within minutes, investigative journalists prove that these maps are generated at such a high frequency that thousands of children interact with them before they are ever taken down. The response from Roblox corporate was a textbook exercise in gaslighting. Instead of taking accountability and investing a massive portion of their billions in profit into hiring human, specialized moderation teams, the company focused its efforts on PR damage control. They heavily criticized the report, claiming it was financially motivated by short sellers. But to the millions of parents worldwide, the veil had been lifted. The corporate pivot to prioritizing engagement metrics over basic human safety had left the platform's most vulnerable users exposed to systemic harm. Faced with a mounting scrutiny over child safety and a stagnating growth rate among younger demographics, Roblox's executive leadership made a choice that shocked the gaming community. Rather than doubling down on making the platform a safer, more secure environment for children, they decided to change the demographic entirely. They wanted the adults.
Right,
This
Fina? Like,
initiated the
it's
official
crazy.
integration of 17 plus and eventually 18 plus restricted spaces into the Roblox ecosystem. Roblox corporate argued that their original user base, the children who played the game in 2012, had grown up and deserved content tailored to their mature tastes. They legalized
I
depicted
don't
violence,
think
blood,
so, bro.
alcohol consumption, and romantic themes within specific verified servers. But the true apex of this ideological shift came from David Baszucki himself. In a series of high-profile tech interviews and podcast appearances, Baszucki openly stated his desire to transform Roblox into a mainstream hub for virtual dating. He explicitly stated that Roblox would become a space where adults could meet, go on virtual dates, form romantic relationships, and eventually
Bro, just
marry
make another
within
app
the
for that.
metaverse.
That's
To
so
call this vision
crazy.
tone deaf is a profound understatement. It represents a fundamental fracture in logic and basic moral responsibility. David Baszucki was looking at the multi-billion-dollar valuation of dating platforms like Tinder and Bumble and attempting to claim a piece of
so
that market
crazy.
for Roblox. But he was doing so while completely ignoring the reality of his own product. You cannot run a platform where the vast majority of users are minors, a platform that is actively suffering from a severe grooming and predator crisis, and
Right?
simultaneously market that same platform as a virtual dating app by declaring that Roblox is a great place for adults to find romantic partners. Corporate leadership essentially spray painted an open invitation for adults looking for relationships to enter a digital ecosystem that is inherently crowded with children. It sent a clear message to the community. Corporate survival and the pursuit of the metaverse buzzword mattered significantly more than maintaining a clear, safe boundary for youth. To facilitate this new age-segregated adult paradise, Roblox needed a way to prove that adults were actually adults and kids were locked out of mature spaces. Their solution was the introduction of mandatory biometric and facial verification systems,
I guess?
officially rolling out advanced facial age estimation technologies. Under this system, if a user wants to access spatial voice chat, unmonitored communication features, or mature 17 plus and 18 plus content, they must allow the platform to scan their face via their device's camera. Roblox uses algorithmic verification providers to analyze the facial geometry, skin density, and bone structure of the user to estimate their age in real time. On paper, the company markets this as a triumph of digital safety. They claim that by segregating the player base into age-locked compartments, such as under 9, 13 to 15, and 21 plus, they are effectively keeping children isolated from adult influences. But in the world of systems engineering and digital privacy, this implementation is viewed as a terrifying double-edged sword. First, it introduces a severe data privacy risk. Roblox is now a massive repository for biometric indicators belonging to millions of young people around the globe.
Oh my god, they're stealing the little children's data.
Attacks, forcing a youth-centric user base to hand over.
Bro, that's so scary actually. We're just taking children's faces. What in the world? Yeah. You know, let's go to technology isn't fun anymore. Let's keep it light. Let's keep it light, chat. Because that was crazy. Bro, turn on. Sorry, I'm trying to turn on my camera still. Tis a lot.
Now we need to use the images to create a 3D model. This is...
Hey guy, a couple weeks ago I was at an Airbnb trying to figure out what the $200 cleaning fee is supposed to cover if they're just going to make me do a bunch of chores anyway, when we realized that episode 4 of Severance had just come out. And what great timing. This place had one of those beautiful 85-inch frame TVs that make it look like an art piece on the wall. They had surround sound, they had a telescope pointed at the TV. I couldn't imagine a more perfect place to watch what would turn out to be a slightly confusing episode of television. So we turn it on and instantly we're like, why does this look like shit? I know that this TV costs thousands of dollars, and yet the moment anything moves on, turns into this jumbled, blurry mess. But of course, because this kind of thing has been happening for years, we knew it was because of True Motion or Motion Plus or whatever this TV calls that feature, where it smooths out every frame and makes everything you watch look like it was shot on an iPhone. The best thing about this feature is that it's always on by default, and nobody I've ever met likes it. It's also named something different by every manufacturer, which makes searching the menus for it a little adventure every time. Now, I know I'm not even close to being the first
Not a
person
little
to complain
adventure.
about this feature. It seems like everybody hates it. But that's also why it's so confusing to me. If so many people hate this, why after over a decade are TV manufacturers still forcing this down everyone's throats? How do they
Legit,
benefit
bruh.
from making their product look worse? I remember ecstatically buying this Samsung in 2019 and almost returning it because the default settings made it look so bad I thought it was defective. I just kind of sat there in denial about it for almost a week before being like, this can't be right. There has to be a setting I can change. Tragically though, a lot of people don't know about this setting. They don't realize their TV is actively sabotaging their viewing experience, and if this doesn't describe you, it probably describes someone you know.
What is
And by that, I,
happening?
of course, mean your parents. So sit down with them, explain what's going on, tell them why you get a headache whenever you
Sit
watch
down
TV
with them.
and
Wait,
reiterate that
what?
it's not their fault. Show them
Not a
this video
headache.
by a guy named Noodle.
Let's say it's on twos. The AI doesn't smooth anything between the first and second frames of a single drawing because there's nothing to smooth.
Oh
For
my
certain pictures,
god,
this
we're
means that what was
back.
originally a perfectly fine 12 FPS animation is now a janky mess.
Or if they'd prefer to hear it from someone they
We're
know,
back.
have Tom Cruise explain it.
Video interpolation or motion smoothing is a digital effect on most high-definition television.
I'm Tom Cruise.
Just make sure they never find out about the whole Scientology thing. You cannot ruin Top Gun for your dad. That movie's very important to him.
I cannot.
will admit, I was a little surprised reading some of the comments on this video, seeing so many people disagree. I didn't know people liked it when the $100 million movie they're watching looks like a soap opera. Now, I understand, of course, from a gaming perspective, people preferring higher frame rates, but I don't think that logic applies to movies.
No.
Games are interactive, so generally the smoother something is, the more responsive it feels. But you're not interacting with the movie, you're just watching. It doesn't need to be perfectly smooth. In fact, I think part of what makes a movie look like a movie...
No, literally, industry standard frame rate for movies is 25. Seeing that shit in 60 is gonna look horrible, bro.
is the sort of ethereal nature it has. It doesn't look exactly like the way the world around you does through your own eyes, and I don't think it should.
It shouldn't. I like that
It
shit.
shows the flaws in movies you couldn't see at 24 FPS, and it's like, no, the interpolation is creating those flaws. It's
Yeah.
not reverting a film back to its original settings. It's not a director's cut. Your TV
Not them just liking the movie looking fucked up.
Just generating new frames based on what it thinks should go in between the existing ones. That's where the errors come from. You're not watching a more authentic version of a movie because Sony Motion...
You're watching AI.
blurry auras around every fast-moving object. The most
Oh my
authentic
God.
version of a movie is watching it the way it was filmed. You shouldn't have to change anything. And I think more than anything else, that's what really aggravates me about this feature, is the hubris of it. There are so many deliberate choices that go into making a movie look a certain
No,
way. There are
legit.
so many people involved in those decisions that know way more about cinematography than I do, so I trust their vision. Why can't TV manufacturers do the same? Why do they look at a beautifully shot television show like it has a problem that they need to fix? Anyway, this experience got me thinking
That's all
about
they've got for their
technology in a
product?
more general sense and how my excitement towards it has waned over time. Sometimes it seems like we kind of already figured everything out. You can communicate
Right?
with anyone in the world instantaneously. You have immediate access to every piece of music ever made. You can pay some guy to deliver a cold burrito straight to your door and it only costs $70. This is
Right?
the peak of humanity, baby. There's nowhere else to go from here. Except backwards. So many things now seem to just invent a new problem so they can sell you the solution. Or if we do create something novel and revolutionary, it's only going to stay that way long enough for us to kill all our competition, allowing us to ruin our thing and make it infinitely more expensive.
There was a time where streaming services seemed like the final frontier of
They
at-home
did.
entertainment, a marriage of cost and convenience that made all previous options obsolete. I mean, my DVDs are just taking up space, and even if I wanted to watch something, I gotta get up, dust off my Xbox, navigate a bunch of menus, switch discs every 4 episodes. Netflix is so much better than this. Until, of course, they quadrupled their price and got rid of every show you ever wanted to watch. So slowly but surely, a lot of people are moving away from the unreliable streaming services and going back to physical media. Things like Blu-rays, vinyls, Tooth Tunes. And I've actually begun that
Not Tooth
migration
Tunes.
process myself. But because I'm incredibly stupid, here's how it's going for me so far. I started watching Friday Night Lights for the first time in December. It was something I had wanted to watch for years, but always put off, which is crazy because it's a show about football, which I like, with a bunch of music from Explosions in the Sky, a band I grew up listening to all the time. It kind of felt like they made this show specifically for me, and still I was like, I'll get around to it eventually. It wasn't until a couple of months ago that I finally gave it a chance and got really into it. 12 days before it was going to be removed from Netflix. For the last 2 weeks of December, I binged as much of the show as I could, as quickly as I could, until around 3 a.m. on New Year's Eve. 13 minutes left in the season 2 finale. I was given an abrupt error message telling me that my beloved show was now gone. At this point, I was pretty invested, and I didn't just want to wait until it was maybe on Peacock one day, and I certainly didn't want to spend $2 per episode to
that's so
digitally own it.
crazy.
So I decided what better time than right now to begin my brand new Blu-ray collection, starting naturally with a show I had yet to watch even half of. So about $37 and 8 days later, my Blu-rays show up at my door and I'm ecstatic. I can't wait to see how season 2 ends. So I pop the disc in my computer, try to play it, and it does not work. Turns out the external DVD drive I bought a couple years ago isn't compatible with Blu-rays, so I'm gonna have to buy another one. No problem. What's another $110?
$110?
Well, I already bought the Blu-rays.
Not
I'm
legit.
gonna not watch them. So I bite the bullet on the Blu-ray drive. It shows up 2 days later. Pop it into my computer. So excited to learn what will become of Brian Smash Williams. Huh, that's weird. Doesn't seem to work on VLC. Or the Any DVD app. I guess I could spend $20 on Blu-ray player, play Blu-ray, but that one says in its description that it doesn't play Blu-rays. At this point, I'm a little frustrated, but even more than that, I'm confused. So I go where I always turn to in times of crisis, a Google search with the word Reddit thrown onto the end. And believe it or not, even on Reddit, home of some of the most dedicated people on the planet, every single answer I see is, nah man, Power DVD 23 Essential is your only option. There is one way to watch Blu-rays on your computer, and it is with this app. You want to know how much that app costs?
$1,000.
$80! I don't want to spend another $80, but I've already spent more than that just to make it to this point. I have to see this through to the end. Anyway, I bought the app, and it works most of the time. Although I should probably say it's been doing this thing now where it tells me my cloud subscription has expired and I need to visit the Cyberlink members zone for more information. So, money well spent. Long story short, I spent $227 to watch a show that I could have seen on Netflix at any point over the past 7 years.
Damn.
And to be honest, I'm not even sure if I like it that much.
Oh my God.
Drew, couldn't you have just put the Blu-rays into your PS5, you moron? Yes, I could have. But the whole point of watching it on my computer was so I could second screen RuneScape on my other monitor. What part of dopamine addiction do you not understand?
Sorry, that was more of a story about my own incompetence than a rant about the state of technology. So here's a rant about the state of technology. I live in Orlando, Florida. My favorite basketball team is the Orlando Magic. They play basketball 20 minutes from my house, and I am not allowed to watch them on TV because I live too close. I can sign up for NBA League Pass and watch any other team play except for the one in my city because of blackout restrictions. What do you think, I'm stalking them or something? Whoa, this guy's obsessed. He lives right down the street. I don't understand this restriction, and frankly, I never will. Is the point to incentivize me to buy a ticket to go see them in person? They play 41 home games a year. Am I supposed to go to all of them? And if that was the point of it, they wouldn't also black out road games unless you expect me to travel with the team. Guys, do you want me to follow them around or not? I'm getting mixed signals here. Anyway, here's what I've had to do the past 6 years as a paying customer in order to watch my team play. First, I had to sign up for Sling TV because they were the only ones with the Fox Sports Florida channel. Then those two couldn't reach an agreement, so I had to switch to Fubo TV because they were the only ones with the Fox Sports Florida channel. Then those two couldn't reach an agreement, so I had to switch to YouTube TV. Can you guess where this is going? Yeah, they couldn't reach an agreement, and now I can't watch it anywhere, this time in the middle of a season. So out of desperation, I signed up for NBA League Pass, which again prohibits me from watching my team because because I live too close. The workaround here is using a VPN to change my location to somewhere else. So now I'm paying for 2 different services just so I can watch the least popular team in the NBA. Adam Silver should be ecstatic that there are freaks like me out here. He should have a photo of me in his office that says #1 customer. So what do they do to thank me for my loyal patronage? Block the use of VPNs 6 months later. Do you guys want my money or not? I'm trying so hard to give it to you. Okay, now we're
No, for real. It really be like that.
Streaming app specifically.
Do you want the money or no?
Their local team play. It's a miracle. It's called Bally Sports, and it is the worst app I've ever used in my life. It freezes during commercials. The feed cuts out constantly, especially in the 4th quarter. Not that I wanted to watch that part anyway. It refuses to remember my login information in between games. Did I mention they play 82 of these every year? I'm getting real tired of typing in my password every night. While all of this is happening, behind the scenes, Bally's parent company is not doing so well. They lose over $1.2 billion.
Billion?
3 months. What, were they setting it on fire? Fast forward a few more months to 2023, and Bally is filing for bankruptcy.
Well, of course.
It was nice while it lasted. Nope, they're still going. Somehow. Turns out I don't know what bankruptcy actually means. What I do know is that this probably doesn't bode well for the growing list of technical problems they apparently don't have the money to address. So that brings us to today, where after 3 tumultuous years,
You know
I'm
what?
excited to report
I might have to start doing my hair. Hold on.
a little bit more reliable. But also it's been rebranded to the FanDuel Sports Network, which means every second of every broadcast is pretty much just one big ad for gambling. I should make a video about that. I know that this is one very specific gripe about a very specific problem, but I feel like there's so many things like this now. So many companies that seem to get their rocks off from making us have to jump through hoops in order to do anything. They're constantly merging with some other companies so they can both be sold to a third company. Content bounces around from streaming service to streaming service like a hot potato. We tried to streamline everything and only made it more complicated. I can't keep up. I'm just a lowly consumer. Everything's so confusing now. I need a break. An ad break. Let's hear a word from today's sponsor.
Hi, I'm the youngest I'll ever be, and I'm here to tell you about today's sponsor, SoFi. I know you've all heard me talk about SoFi before, the all-in-one finance app helping you bank, borrow, and invest, but you've never heard me say these words, SoFi Plus. SoFi Plus is a brand new financial membership that unlocks $1,000 plus in value. I'm talking double reward points, 3% cash back on hotels, loan discounts, unlimited one-on-one meetings with financial planners, all of that and so much more for just $10 a month or for no cost when you sign up with direct deposit. To celebrate this groundbreaking moment, SoFi is giving away a total of $600,000 to help 6 winners achieve their ambitions. Money towards a home, a retirement, a dream vacation, or one of the 3 other things on the screen behind me. Sign up for SoFi Plus to be entered for a chance to win, and you can even earn additional entries for every friend that you refer. So head to SoFi.com/Drew, scan the QR code on the screen, or click the link in the description to learn more about SoFi Plus and enter for a chance to win. Thank you so much to SoFi for sponsoring today's video, and thank you to you, the viewer, for listening to me. I know you could have skipped through this section if you wanted to, but you didn't.
Oop.
And I'll always appreciate that. Now back to the video. I know that part of the feeling I'm about to describe is just because of my diminished sense of wonder as I've aged, but I feel like there used to be a time when technology was a lot more exciting to me. I mean, what could be more fun than a gadget?
I used to love
besides a gizmo, of course. But it seemed like most things that came out had a genuine purpose, that there was more of a collective desire to push humanity forward, to provide solutions to actual problems. And I know that this is all still happening, but it seems like so many innovations now are just new ways
software
to
now.
manipulate people or spy on people or replace people altogether. I'm not excited about what might be created in the future as much as I'm fearful of it. I'm fearful of what AI is threatening to do to every job on Earth. I'm fearful of all these humanoid robots that keep popping up. What if one of them tries to kill me? Or worse, what if we fall in love? How am I supposed to explain that to people? For every OLED Steam Deck and surprisingly
Steam Deck is amazing.
tiny Mac computer, there seem to be 10 wearable AI companions, or a TV that's free because it never stops showing you ads, or what if you could wear your phone on your head so it could never stop showing you ads? I remember when touchscreen smartphones came out, and I practically started drooling at the idea. This device, which I hate more than anything in the world, is incredible. It's truly amazing what this thing is capable of, but now the question is, where do you go from here? The jumps in phone technology have become pretty unnoticeable, despite how hard they're trying to get us to notice them. When we went from landlines to cell phones, that was crazy. When they added a full keyboard so you didn't have to spend 30 seconds typing one word, that was crazy. And then they added email and a really good camera and a touchscreen and a GPS and the internet and a compass and now you can pay for parking on here, and you can download apps that stop you from spending too much time on other apps.
Yeah.
Oh man, that line's really starting to slow down, huh? And this phone costs 4 times as much as this one did. No, that makes sense. If you Google has technology peaked, their AI overview will tell you, no, of course not. I'm getting stronger every day. And consider this your second strike, Drew. That's awfully ominous. And what was my first? No, of course, technology hasn't peaked, but it does feel like it's starting to level off a bit. The improvements between video game consoles used to be astronomical. Now I end up on a side-by-side comparison video, squinting as hard as I can, trying to spot any difference. In 1995, video games looked like this. 10 years later, they look like this. 10 years after that, they look like this. And in the 10 years since, they look like, wait, which one is a new one? And I know I'm viewing this from a consumer standpoint. I'm completely oblivious to the strides being made in medicine and science and interplanetary defense mechanisms. But it just seems like whenever a new thing comes out, we have to pay a lot for very little. Technology has gone so far in the wrong direction that people are now trying to find ways to go back. Physical media is making a comeback. Dumb phones are making a comeback. As people become more disillusioned to the future that was promised to us, the best way to break out of it is to recapture a sense of simplicity. And not all of this is just nostalgia. I think some of it speaks to the fundamental difference in how things are made now. You used to be able to own things. Now almost everything is borrowed. You're not buying a product or subscribing to a service. I don't own a bunch of music because I'm paying Spotify every month. I'm just temporarily given access to music until I stop paying and then have nothing to show for it. And even if you do buy a physical product, there's no guarantee it's gonna stay in the condition it was in when you bought it. A lot of things now can be remotely updated or even deactivated. The Spotify car thing completely bricked when they stopped wanting to deal with it. A few months ago, Roku forced an update onto all of their TVs, making it so you can't turn the motion smoothing feature off. This company just announced they're gonna start charging a monthly fee so anyone who already bought their thermostat can continue to use it. We're buying things that can be made worse or taken away from us whenever the manufacturer feels like it. So what are we even buying anymore? These things aren't designed to last because the entire economic system in this country is based on perceived shareholder value. If I sell you a product that you only have to buy once and then get to keep it forever, how will I get more money from you in the future? How will line keep go up if transaction over? So things break or become obsolete. A lot of tech devices are more affordable than they used to be, but they're also more disposable. The interface on your 4-year-old smart TV suddenly takes 10 times longer to navigate. Your iPhone 12 suddenly crashes 5 times a day. No, we're not doing that on purpose. But it does kind of seem like a sign that it's time to buy a new one, right? And this isn't a conspiracy or an exaggeration. Technology is making us dumber. Rarely while using your phone are you in the driver's seat, except when you're texting while driving, which is a lot of fun. But it's mostly a passive activity. More often than not, you don't open an app in order to do a specific thing. You open an app and just see whatever it chooses to show you. Sometimes you like it, sometimes you don't. Either way, the past hour of your life was entirely decided by an algorithm. You're not thinking for yourself, you're not making a decision for yourself, you just turn off your frontal cortex and submit to whatever Mark Zuckerberg has curated for you. And the more we're conditioned to accept this relationship, the easier it is to sell us an AI agent that does all of our thinking for us and that we learn to trust implicitly. I mean, how am I supposed to be excited about technology when this is the direction we're headed in?
It seems
Hey, I need to launch a campaign.
Yeah, what happened to making our technology smart?
Let's see.
Now we're getting dumb technology.
Okay,
And it's just
Seems like
it's a lot.
everything is slowly trying to turn into everything else. A new app will come along with one specific niche use and then inevitably get turned into yet another form of social media. Like the Shop app. I've been using this for a couple years because I like the idea of having one account that works across multiple websites. But now, of course, it's just like another thing designed for you to scroll through. I open it up to see how far away my pants are, and it's like, oh hey, you want to buy something else while you're here? You want some Alpha Lion Superhuman Hulk juice? What about Goof juice? Chug juice? Oh, I know what you want. A little cake shaped like Texas. They also give you rewards, but it amounts to virtually nothing and is really just an excuse to send you more push notifications. Hey, don't forget to use that 14-cent credit before it runs out. It only works on this website that sells hoodies for dogs. You open up the Ring app so you can see who's knocking at your door, and they're like, hey, you want to see this funny video of a goat? Venmo defaults to the page showing you how many of your friends had pizza this week. Why do I need to know that? I bought that light in the corner a few months ago, and the only way to control it is through an app. And you're probably thinking, certainly there's no social media aspect to an app that turns lights on and off, and that might just be the dumbest thing you've ever said. Of course it has its own news feed and hashtag. Of course there's a pop-up telling me to take the Govee app user experience survey so I can earn 50 Govee points and a chance to win Govee merch. App is a goddamn joke now. Worst change to an app that could ever happen. Can't even remember my dream view settings anymore. May as well check all my lights in bin if this is the only way to control them. What a joke. Well, I wanted to respond to this comment saying that I'm just here for the Govee points, hashtag Govee rewards program, but that feature is only available to savvy users. So I agreed to the savvy terms and conditions, and they congratulated me on becoming a savvy user. You're following all of this, right? Instagram has its own TikTok feature. Twitter has its own TikTok feature. And you probably guessed this because you'd never make the same mistake twice. The Govee app has its own TikTok feature.
Right.
Everything is the same thing, and I'm tired of it. These apps are all so intent on monopolizing your time that they'll design it in a way that makes it hard for you to leave. You click a YouTube link on the Facebook Messenger app, and instead of just taking you there, it'll be like, oh, I guess you want to open that app instead, huh? All right, here's a button. It doesn't work though. No, I'm just kidding. It will work if you click it 15 times. And then it will take you to the App Store so you can open the homepage of YouTube and just search for that video yourself. Was that helpful? Good, it wasn't supposed to be. I just noticed the desktop Instagram website has incorporated that thing that's supposed to prevent you from accidentally exiting out of like a checkout screen or a form you're halfway through filling out. But they're just using it anywhere on their website. Literally scrolling through the homepage, I try to leave. They grab my arm and say, no, are you sure you're done with us? We were just about to show you a really cool ad. Are you sure you don't want to see what it looks like? Sometimes I feel like you don't even like me anymore. It's no wonder so many people are trying to turn the clock back on technology and return to a simpler era. Not so far back that you gotta like eat bugs and sleep on a log, but just back to when these modern conveniences were still exciting and didn't feel so predatory and manipulative. Technological advancements don't feel fun anymore because of the motivations behind so many of them. It doesn't feel like we're trying to make life better when almost everything is designed to be as addictive as possible. These things aren't supposed to be fun additions to your life. They're supposed to be a new thing for your life to revolve around. And no amount of profit or growth will ever be enough. It seems like there's more thought put into how you can continue to charge people for something they already own than to just expand the experience of it in the first place. But hey, at least we're using all that extra revenue to pay the employees, right? Right? Sorry, I'm doing that thing again where I try to provide catharsis by ranting in a critical yet lighthearted fashion, but just end up spreading more negativity in the process. So I'd like to end this video by highlighting some technological innovations that I'm thankful for. Number one, fiber internet. In 2018, we lived in a house where it would take me 2 hours to upload a 15-minute YouTube video. And during that time, no other device in the house could connect to the internet because I was using all of it. Now I get like 2 gigs per second and it never goes out. That's a luxury I know I take for granted. Now I should probably say that AT&T almost electrocuted me when they were digging in our front yard, flooded half the neighborhood and knocked down a power line, leaving live wires dangerously close to the newly installed moat they surprised me with. But they did offer me a $1 credit when I called to complain.
Oh.
So I wish I was joking about that. They destroyed.
Let's look at this. Let's look at this house tour. Such a crazy story, chat.
How to code. This is base 44.
Oh my god.
This is a first look at the current industry.
I don't care.
No one's home.
Hi, AD. I just got out of prison. Come view my house. Do you want the house?
Oh my
It's my house. Oh, just kidding. Just kidding. Come on in. Oh,
Yeah.
kidding, girl. Come in.
Damn.
I have been so obsessed with interior design recently, and I've also been so obsessed with my house because without y'all, I'd still be in Compton. But y'all free me from the shackles, so I want to show you guys my home, which is like my most sacred spot about
He
me.
used to live in Compton?
Trey's behind the camera, by the way. Hi, Trey. Is the lighting good?
I'm gonna do this.
Is it backlit?
It is a little backlit.
It's backlit?
It's a little backlit.
Oh, it's real backlit. I've lived in so many houses, y'all.
Right.
Like, I am a migrator. I am no Christopher Columbus, but I lived in like almost every single house in LA because I'm the type of bitch where I get tired of something quick, I need to switch it up. So I lived in modern houses, I lived in Mediterranean houses, I live in houses that they built on Roblox, I live in the houses that look like Apple stores. This is my favorite home I've ever lived in because it's so homey. It is a 1920s Spanish revival house, and I just love not only the architecture, but I love the warmth of it and the wood. And you literally have all the beauty marks from this house from like the past people who lived here, and you can just tell. And it doesn't feel like cold, and it doesn't feel empty. And it doesn't feel like Satan is lying in your basement. But you're probably like, bitch, shut up and show us the house. Okay, let me show you the house.
Oh!
Let's start outside. Psych. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Okay, wait, I want to show them my favorite part of the house. Come on. So when I first moved here, I was like, this tree is so beautiful. Also, y'all, look.
That's a nice tree.
Beautiful entrance. The grass. Ooh, not the grass dying. Uh-oh. Girl, I want to be like the bitch in Sky High where she can bring back life to the grass. Who can bring back life? What superhero?
From Sky High.
But there's a different superhero.
Who can bring back life?
RuPaul. Oh. Here we have. It's kind of chopped now, but when I first moved, Naima and Carrington's here. Hi guys. Also, I love community, so I somehow convinced all of my best friends to live with me, which is like a blessing. I have Naima, I have Macy, and I have Trey here with me. I'll show you the rooms if they allow me to. Trey, can we show them your room? No? Okay. When I first moved here, I saw this tree and I was like, yeah, a swing needs to be right here. So look, I got a swing.
Not a moment.
Whee!
Not a little moment, chat.
Under a tree at my house. Could never. When I first moved here, it was pitch black outside. When you would pull up, it was completely black. You couldn't see shit. So I like got on Amazon and I bought these like light things that are solar paneled, and I put them all in the floor myself because you know why? Gay men can do shit too. Let's go. Garden.